In this video, we're going to be looking at editing our PLR sales pages. This is really a continuation on from the last video where we created our squeeze page. So what we'll be doing is we'll be using the same template that we set up in the previous video and taking the content from the sales page that came with our video course, and what we'll be doing is taking through the process of just editing that slightly. Now I just want to point out at this stage, this particular video isn't a video about copywriting, because to be honest with you, that would be an entire course all on its own. It would take far too long to go over the entire process of copywriting. If you are serious about rebranding PLR products, then by all means I would highly recommend you invest in a copywriting course and get up to speed with your knowledge on copywriting if it's something you're going to be doing a lot of. You can obviously hire a professional copywriter to write your sales copy. However, that does become rather expensive, and in a lot of cases, depending on where you get your PLR material from, the sales copy that comes with it is normally pretty good and only requires some tweaks. Don't get me wrong, some of it can be quite bad and need a lot of work, whereas others, especially depending on how much you pay for it and where you get it from, the sales copy can be very good indeed. So it's something to bear in mind. I would also highly recommend building up a swipe file of sales copy that you've seen from other sales pages, other marketers, and building up, as I say, a file of copy that you've seen that you like, that converts well, so that you can take cues from it and take inspiration from various sales letters and sales copy, that you can then use those techniques in your own sales letter writing. So I just wanted to point out that we will be looking at rebranding a PLR sales page. However, we won't be going into too much detail in terms of writing the copy or editing the actual copy. It will just be tweaking the sales page in certain ways. Okay, so with that said, what we'll do is we will open up Composer and open up our template and our existing PLR sales letter, and we'll start going through making some changes. So here we are in Composer. So this is obviously our template here that we created. So this is where we'll be adding our sales copy, and this is the existing sales letter that came with the PLR package. So the sales letter itself isn't too bad. It's actually quite good. The only thing, there are a few things that I will be changing. So the types of things I'll be looking to change, obviously things like putting in your own name here, we'll certainly be doing that. I like to put in a handwritten signature in this section here, so I will talk to you about how to do that. The bulk of the copy I won't be changing in this example, just because it would simply take too long to go through it all and make all the changes. I'll be doing some changes, like making certain sub-headlines slightly larger and stand out and what have you. And I always normally change the font as well, just to make it stand out a bit better as well, depending again on the copy. Other things that we'll be adding as we set this up, when it comes to the product description, I like to create a box, like a dashed box around our product description, just again so it stands out a bit better from the rest of the sales copy. So I'll show you how to do that. Normally in the case of like a video course like this, if there's check marks here, I normally change them for like a disk image. Again, it just makes it stand out slightly better and shows the reader obviously that they're getting a video course as well. Other things that we'll be adding to this sales letter when we transfer it over to our template, bonus boxes. Obviously there's no bonus boxes included here, so again I'll show you how to set up the bonus boxes. It's very similar to the boxes we'll be creating to highlight the product, but I'll show you that. I'll create a couple of bonus boxes and just show you how I put the bonuses in those, and then I normally like to finish with like a recap of the offer, put in a bit of price justification at the bottom, then a call to action, which isn't here particularly, and then a guarantee, which isn't here, and like a risk-free acceptance form with a Johnson box, which is again like a dash box with bullet points that recap the benefits of your offer, and then again obviously the actual buy button as well. And now the buy button we won't be setting up in this video because we'll be getting the buy it now button from our affiliate provider, because obviously in the next video we'll actually be setting up an affiliate program, so we'll be getting our buy now button from the affiliate program, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video and show you how to then add it to your sales page. Then once we've set that up and made the changes we want to make, I'll also show you how to quickly do your legal pages as well, so that everything like that is all set up and ready to go. So what I'll do now is I'll just start copying this across from this template and putting it into this template here. So here we are back with our template, and as you can see I've now copied the sales copy from this over to here. Now I've not going to change the headline in this instance. Normally what I would do though is I would change the headline slightly depending on how it looked, again just to make it slightly different from the original, and I would normally go through the actual copy itself and make some changes to the text and the types of things it said, depending again on the quality of the copy, would depend on how much of a change I would make. But as I say, for the purposes of this video, I'm literally just copying it over and just making some minor tweaks. So as I say, this is it here, now set up on our template. So as I say, I've not changed the headline. The only thing I've really done is I've taken some of these sub-headlines and changed them slightly. I've made these sub-headlines bigger. So I've centered them and put them in H2 tags to make them stand out a bit better. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our signature at the top here. So from the desktop, and normally what I do is I create an image file, and what I do is I use GIMP for that, so I'll quickly show you how to do that. So if I open up GIMP, so here we are with GIMP, and what I normally do is create a new image. We'll make it 250 by 200, and we'll change it to a transparent background. Okay, and then we'll add our text layer here and put our name. There, and then what I do is I change the text to a handwriting font. So for example, if you don't have any handwriting fonts installed in GIMP, if you remember in the previous video I went over how to add new fonts to GIMP. So you just do it in exactly the same way. Go to Google and put in a search for handwritten fonts, and you should be able to find some that you can download and add to GIMP. So I got one here I like. Let's have a look, see if I can find it. I'll use that one and just increase the size of it to about there. That's good. And then what I do is I'll just crop that. So there we go, and then file, save as, find my projects folder and save it in the images, and normally what I do is call it something like sig, and save it as a PNG file. And then click save. Now I've actually already got that already saved in this folder. But say that's all you do, give it a file name, select the format, say I normally prefer a PNG, and then click save. Okay, so going back to an example here, now that I've obviously already created it, just click image and find where it is. Select don't use alternate text, and there we go. And that's your signature in as well. What you can also do is you can also add like an image of yourself, normally sort of here, and just put a thumbnail size image of you essentially, and then start off with the sort of deer, whatever the next part is. So that's us added our signature here. Let's say the rest of it's fine for this purpose. The next thing I want to do is I want to add a sort of product box where I'm going to describe the product in more detail. So to do that, I add a table. So insert table, and it will be one row by one column. And for the purposes of this, I think we'll just set it at 750 pixels and give it a border of 1. And I'll keep the cell spacing and cell padding as 2. Click OK. And then what we'll do is we will center that. Now I think what we'll do is shrink it down ever so slightly. So table cell properties, we get 725. Okay, that's fine. Now the next thing I want to do is I actually want to give it like a dashed border going around the outside, and I think what I'll also do is I'll actually take away the cell spacing and padding. Okay, that's better. And we will create our dashboard. And the way to do that is using the CSS editor again. So if I click on this and create a new style sheet, so what you do is select on internal style sheet, click on this button here to take you back to the new style rule option, click on style apply to all elements of class, so we'll give this a name of product box, and then click create style rule. And then if we just select that one, what we want to select now is the borders tab and click the style. So in this instance we want dashed. Then you can select the width if you wish, so like thin, medium or thick is what I tend to go with, so I will go with medium. And then you can change the colour if you wish, but we'll stick with black for this one, and then click OK. And then same as before, we'll double click into the box just so we highlight it, and then select the class here, this product box, and you can see now we've got this dashed line going around our box, and we can now return that down and start to add our content to it. So that's what I'm going to do just now. I'm going to copy over our information here on the 7 videos. I think what I'll do is I'll actually set it up as a table inside this dash box, and if you remember, the way to do that very simply is go to table, insert table, precisely, we want it 7 rows because there's 7 videos, and we want 2 columns. Okay, and this time we want the border to be 0, and the width we will make, we'll go with 700 pixels, see how that looks, and cell spacing and padding we'll keep it 2, and click OK. Okay, and then if I just double click into that, select table, and we'll align the table center. Okay, that's fine. So what we can do now is start adding some of the stuff into it. So for this first one, I'll add our image. Okay, that's a bit better, we'll do it like that. Okay, and then we will just put that over here, and then we can add our text in here, and what I'll do is I'll fill in all these boxes here with the information from here. Okay, so I've now copied over all the information on what is actually in the video course. So now you see we've got our disk image, the information about what each video contains. I've also formatted it with the same text as the rest of the sales page, and just centered the heading slightly. And then I've put in a subheading here, introducing the product name and the tagline, here's what you'll discover in this video course. And then what we want to add in as well at this point is an image of the product. So I'll just click image, and I like to put in a sort of combo image. I'll do in this instance, and make sure it's centered, which it is, and then I'll just shrink it down slightly. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Just align everything, and then we can see what that looks like. So there we go. So now we've got an introduction to the product, we've got a product image, and then information on what's actually contained within the product. And you can see here that the dash line obviously makes that information stand out, because a lot of people obviously don't read a sales letter top to bottom and read every single word. What people tend to do is scan sales letters. So the things that catch their eye are obviously the sub-headlines, and then anything else that makes the information stand out. So anything in boxes tends to stand out, the disk image stands out, and it's something that people then will take notice of the content within the box. So that's how we do that. That's how we create a box for our product details. So if I just go back now to our normal view, the next thing that I normally put in is some information on bonuses, just again to highlight the value of the offer, so that it's not just well, here's the product, this is what you're getting, do you want to buy it? We want to add as much value as we can. So for this example, I've picked a couple of bonuses to put in the sales letter. So again, what I tend to do is create another dash box, this time for the bonuses. So, and it's done in exactly the same way. So what we'll do is we will insert a table, and again this time it is one row by one column, and we want to make it a slightly different width to the boxes above it, again just so that it stands out slightly. So in this instance I will make it say 680 pixels, make it a border of 1, and change that to 0, then click OK. Then what we'll do is center the table again, OK. And then exactly as before, we go to the CSS editor and click internal style sheet, style applied to elements of class, and this one we will call bonuses, and click create style rule, and then borders, and again we'll go for a dashed line. Again I'll keep the thickness as medium, but in this time what we'll do is we'll go for a different colour, so we'll go for that red colour. Click OK, and then double click into that just to highlight the box, and then select, there we go. So now that you can see that we have our bonus box. So the next thing to do is just add our product image that we're going in here, as well as some text and a headline about each of the bonuses. I think what we'll actually do is I'll actually make that a bit smaller as well. I'll put that down to about 650 pixels. No, that's a bit better, yeah. I like that. Okay, so what I've done is I quickly created a sub-headline for the bonus section, just saying that I'm also including these bonuses in the offer, and then in my bonus box I've got the title of the first bonus, and then I've got a value so that people can see exactly how much the bonus is worth, and then a little bit of detail about what the product that they're getting free actually is. And you can put as much information in that point as you want, but I'm just, for the purpose of this, a very quick couple of lines. And then what I also do is put in an image of the product. So click image. There we go. And put that in there. Okay, and then what we'll do is we will do exactly the same again. We'll create another one of these bonus boxes, and again put the second bonus in that. Okay, so I've now added the second bonus, which is in this instance is an ebook, again with value, the image, and a bit of information about it as well. So you can see that the sales letter is really taking shape now, and does obviously look a bit different from the original now that we're adding more stuff to it. So we've got our product information, we've got our bonuses. The next thing we want to do is add in price justification. So I'll just take that from here. And again, I'll just quickly make this a subheader. I will center that. Okay. And we'll put our sales copy text in here. And I'll just arrange all that. Okay. There we go. Adjust that, and then what we'll do is we will format that. Okay, so now we've got our price justification in there, just detailing the price and what it's worth and what have you, following on from our bonuses. So the next thing we want to add in is our guarantee. So again, I'll just quickly get all that arranged. And just add in our guarantee text. And what I also like to do is I also like to add in a guarantee certificate, so I'll just do that after I've sorted this. And what I'll do, as I say, is add an image of a guarantee certificate at this point as well. Okay, so to add our guarantee image, again, go to images, and there we go. And we will just center that there. I'll just save that and have a quick look. So now we can see that it's definitely coming together. All the elements are getting there. We've got details of the product, we've got our bonuses, we've got our price justification, we've got our guarantee and our guarantee certificate. So the next thing that we want to put in is our call to action. Right, and we'll just justify this text as well. Okay, so now we have our call to action following our guarantee certificate, our price, our bonuses, details of the product, and obviously the initial sales copy as well, and the headline. So now that we've done that, the last thing that we want to do is add in our Johnson box with our risk-free acceptance form. So again, just quickly type that in. So now what we can do is we can put in our Johnson box, and again exactly the same way as we've done our other dash boxes up here. We go insert table precisely one by one, and this time what we'll do is make it slightly smaller, border 1, and we'll take away the cell spacing and the cell padding, click A, double click into it, and we will center that, and we will create a CSS again, a new style rule, and okay, and click create style rule, and border, and we want that dashed, and this time we'll do a thick box, and this time we'll do it in red. Okay, click OK, double click into it, and oh, there we go. And this is obviously where we'll put our risk-free acceptance form. Okay, so we'll add our content to our Johnson box. I'll just copy this. Okay. And I think what we'll do is we'll change that colour, just make it stand out a bit. Yep. Okay, so we've got the yes, I want instant access to local mobile mayhem today. There we go. I understand that by clicking the buy now button I will receive, and then some benefits there, and on that basis I'm clicking the buy now button right away. So the only thing we'll add is we'll add some check marks here. There we go. So we now have our check marks, we now have our information there. Okay, so the next thing that we would add in here is our buy now button, which we will get when we sign up to our affiliate program. So if I just save that there. So we've now got, as I say, the risk-free acceptance form, again with the Johnson box around it. We've got our guarantee certificate, we've got our bonus boxes, and we've got our product information boxes. So as you can see, we've taken this existing sales letter and we've really added quite a bit to it. The last thing to add is this bit at the bottom here, which is sort of regards. For that purpose I'll just copy this in. Okay, so I've copied that over, and then the last thing to do is just to put in the signature here. So again, image, and it was this one here. Okay, there we go. So that is pretty much the sales letter finished. Let's say all we need to do now is add in our buy it now button when we receive it here. The other thing we want to do quickly, while I remember, is add in our links at the bottom. So these are links to the home page, our privacy policy, our earnings disclaimer, our terms and conditions, and our contact us. So if I just highlight that and center that, there we go. And then all you need to do is you just need to link these to the appropriate pages. So if I just highlight this and click link, and then click this folder icon to choose the file, and then just make sure that you are in the right folder. There we go. And I want the home button to actually take them back to this sales page, so which is that one there, and click OK. And then the same with the privacy. I'll link that to the privacy page. OK, and then do the same for the disclaimer. And the terms and conditions. And then the last thing is a contact us link, which we click there, and in this case it's actually an email address, so whatever one you want to use. And then click there above is an email address, and click OK, and that's it. So that is our sales letter finished. Say once in the next video we get our payment button, then we will come back here and we will paste the code in for the payment button there, and then the sales page will be ready once you're happy with it and you're happy with the changes you've made. It will be ready to be uploaded and go live. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we just want to quickly get these pages quickly sorted. And what I do, I've actually got these pages pre-written out. Use the same ones for each website because the content doesn't change other than details of the site themselves. So all I do is I open up each of these pages and then copy and paste from the file I've got. So I'll quickly do that just now, and what I'll do is in your download folder where you have the videos for this course, you'll also have the forms here as well. Okay, so what I've done is I've opened up the privacy policy template, and let's say I've got the information here, so edit, select all, edit, copy, and then I'll just paste it in here. So I've pasted in the privacy policy details, that's all there, and then I'll just tidy it up slightly, just highlight that, we'll just center that, make it slightly bigger, and we'll underline it as well. Okay, so that's the privacy policy, and for the earnings disclaimer and the terms and conditions, it's exactly the same as say those forms will be included in the download folder as well. Okay, so that's what you do with your excuse me, with your legal forms. The last thing to do, obviously, what I normally do is obviously go through the legal forms and put your own site details in it where possible, and then I put a just a link at the bottom here. I'll just make that a veranda, bold, and then we'll just link that to our homepage. There we go. And that is that. So I say, and I do that with the other two legal pages as well. So that's the legal pages sorted. That is our sales page edited now. We've gone through it, we've added our own box images, we've added details of our rebranded product name, we've added the product image and the product details. We've added things like dash boxes around the product information, bonus boxes, guarantee certificates, and Johnson boxes as well as for example our signature. So the sales page is edited and the legal forms are done. So in the next video, as I say, we will set up our affiliate program.